What makes a person a great person? And how can you become better and achieve the success you aspire to? Well, much of what we talk about today, manifestation, motivation, mindset, courage, authenticity, and faith, has its roots in ancient times. The great Stoic philosophers like Epictetus and Seneca spent much time reflecting on this and left us clear rules for how we do it. In this last of a series of 3 videos, I'll cover 11 more Stoic rules for life that I group under the heading of perspective. In total, we'll have looked at about 45 to 50 short and sweet rules that can have a profound effect on the quality of your life. And remember to check out the other videos if you haven't already. But why Stoic philosophy? Well, since my early beginnings in the personal development space about 4 years ago, I realised that philosophy is the bedrock on which character is based, and often a mismatched philosophy leads to mismatched results, but we're often even unconscious of these drives. In my life, for example, when I get into the zone and I'm working on something that really lights me up, time becomes illusory. I get this most often when I'm in creative mode and can suddenly find myself bleary-eyed long after midnight working on something really interesting instead of turning in for a good night's sleep. I say my health is my number one value, but there's something inside me that manages to override this and just push through. There is a mismatch between my perception or my desire and my underlying philosophy, so I end up compromising my health. So, our philosophy drives our real values, and I'll actually speak more about this in a future video. But for now, let's look at the Stoics' 11 perception-related philosophies and rules to help you live the life of your dreams. Death is life's greatest teacher, and we never know when ours could end. As Seneca says, prepare our minds as if we were at the end of life. Postpone nothing, balance the books each day. He who puts the finishing touches on their life each day is never short of time. He's not talking about being hedonistic, but ensuring our affairs are in order. Our business is taken care of. We tell our children or family we love them. We don't waste time quarrelling on petty matters. And in the morning, we're ready to go, thankful we have another day to live a full life. Another way to look at it is to live as if you have died and come back to life. Then when you wake up in the morning, which hopefully you will do after watching this video, it's a bonus. Think of that time as free money you get to spend how you choose on all the things you wished and dreamed about. So how will you spend it today? Another way to meditate on mortality is that you should value time more than money and possessions. You can earn more money, you can get more land, you can get more opportunities. What you can't get is this moment back. Seneca says the time that passes belongs to death, so don't think of death as something in the future. Think of death as something that's happening right now, and everything you do, even watching this video, you are choosing to purchase with your life. So how will you choose to spend today? There are 2 types of time in this life, alive time and dead time. And which are you going to choose? Are you going to live this moment, or are you going to kill time and waste time and let that time die? A great person always chooses a lifetime. They focus on what they control. They focus on how they respond. They know that life is short, so they live every moment. They use every moment put before them because they know that the next one cannot be taken for granted. You can learn something from everyone. Ralph Waldo Emerson says, "Everyone I meet is better than me at something, and that I want to learn from them." Focus on what you can learn from every single person, even people you don't like, even people you don't respect. Focus on what you can learn, because everyone is better than you at something, and even if they're not better than you at something, you can learn from them by noticing what they're not doing. It might sound counterintuitive, but it may just be the reminder you need to do something that they're not. Learn from everyone. That's where wisdom comes from. Seneca says fate behaves as she pleases, so act accordingly. Be ready for everything that happens. Understand that outcomes are not in your control, but remember you can prepare. You can focus on what's in your control, but you shouldn't get attached to unexpected outcomes. There's a natural cycle of creation, stasis, and destruction. You can't expect things to remain in one state or the other forever. Sometimes good can be bad and bad can be good, but don't get attached to the status quo. You have to find a way to love everything that happens. This is the Stoic idea of amor fati. The Stoics aren't resigned to what happens, it's more than that. They embrace it. They reframe things in life by saying, This isn't something I have to do, it's something I get to do. This isn't something that happened to me, it's something that happened for me. When you reframe events like this, you immediately change your vibration from victim to victor. The same event yields a positive charge. It's an opportunity or a gift, and you approach it differently. You see it differently, and you find solutions more easily. Marcus Aurelius says everything you throw on top of a fire becomes fuel for the fire. That's what the idea of amor fati is. The Stoics love everything that happens because they know they can use it, and they know that it's what destiny had in mind for them. How can you benefit from this? We're not in this alone. To do harm to another person, to allow harm to come to another person, is to allow harm to come to yourself. Marcus Aurelius says in this rule, what's bad for the hive is bad for the bee. The way to think about this is whatever you say, however you behave, what would the world look like if everyone did this? If the answer is that things will be bad, then it's something to try not to do. Ergo, what's bad for others is bad for me, and what's good for me should be good for others. Can you think of an example in this world today that you might be able to change? We talked about if it's bad for the hive, then it's bad for the bee, and another way of expressing this is to do wrong to someone else is to do wrong to yourself. We're all brothers, we're all one, and we're all connected. This is present in the principle of karma and in many religions and scriptures worldwide. In Stoicism, it's known as sympathia. To hurt someone else is to hurt yourself. We do good because it's the right thing, but also because it's good for us. Do the right thing. Now is a time of heightened political correctness, of sensitivity, of trigger warnings, and microaggressions. The Stoics would say that we don't control what other people do, but we do control how we respond. That's why Epictetus reminds us that when we are offended, we are complicit in the response. It takes two to tango. Yes, they said it, but you decide that it's rude. You decide that it was mean. You decide that you've been harmed. Marcus Aurelius says that if you choose not to feel harmed by a remark, you won't feel harmed. What they say is a reflection of their character, not yours. You don't have to agree. You possess nothing in this life. All our possessions are ours in trust only. Epictetus was robbed of a silver lamp, and he said that you can only lose what you have, and the next day he replaced it with a cheaper lamp. What did he mean? We don't possess our precious possessions. We don't possess our loved ones. They're ours for as long as we have them, and they then go away. You don't possess anything. When you realise that everything you own is in trust only, you act accordingly. There's no problem so bad that there's not something you can't do because of it. Can you not grow because of it? Can you not learn because of it? Has some opportunity appeared that otherwise wouldn't have been there? You've probably heard the expression, when God shuts a door, he opens a window. So what are you going to do because of this? What's the opportunity inside the obstacle? Click the like button if you learned anything today, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Remember to comment below and let me know which rule you found the most helpful. And dream, dare, rise. That's Edward signing out for another week. Peace.